Hey guys, welcome back in. Going to continue this abandoned playthrough. I got on earlier and I did find an A-class multi-tool. I think I might go pick that up. I saved the location. I did pick up a couple more interceptors to sell, and I did a bunch of exploring. I was running around that winter planet for I don't know, a good hour or so. Now I got just a bunch of junk in here that I need to do something with. Actually crack that open. It's this one. Alright, so clear some of this stuff out. Oh boy. A whole bunch of junk. It really adds up after a while. Oh yeah, and I have to get that nip too. Got some of that growing. Notes. I should see what these are. Yeah, I found some more quad servos too. More of that. I thought I had. Oh yeah, there are some more. Salvage glass there. 3 more down here. Oh, what's that? Spring fuel. Get rid of that. At least you can get some pretty useful stuff out of that that glass that draws from sentinels. Hold on to that. I can't remember if this is for a ship. Oh, it's exosuit. Let's see what that is. 22, 26, 22, 21. Alright, so get rid of that. Alright, and don't want that. Let's see what these are. Oh, movement module. 172. Probably should have checked these before I did that. Okay. A little bit better. Onion bean. I wish I can get different weapons to drop from those. It's gonna be just nanites. The hydrogen. Alright. Yeah, normally I mean to do all this stuff before I begin the stream, but I was short on time this afternoon. Alright, I think I might just head up to the anomaly and get rid of some of the salvage data. Actually, let me, I got some in here. Yeah, I cut a whole bunch. Alright, let's grab all that out. I was saving it for a rainy day, but I'm doing pretty good on money now, so. And I know I picked up some of this earlier. Okay, yeah, I gotta refine that. I stuck a couple of these in here so that I would remember. I wanted to stick a couple up in here, I think it is. Yeah, just so I don't accidentally use them all up. You know, that way if I do find a really good planet, at least I have a few of them on me. That way I don't have to run around and go find echolocators. I get a couple spare. So I did get, I think I get 3 ships, I think. And, yeah, that one's called, okay, Junk. Thought I renamed them all Junk. Looks like some of the names probably didn't take. But, there's an additional A class in there. So, scrap those at some point. Oh, when I grab my plants. What I'll do is I'll go in here. I need to get, oh, it's upstairs. Need to grab some Thesium. I'm gonna have 4 more. Actually, let me grab a bunch of this. I almost have like a full biodome of GetNib now, or the Nibnet buds. And they should be grown by now. Yep. I think there's 8 of them. Pick all that. Grab some of this while I'm here too. This stuff I like to watch while I store it. That way I can keep things kind of lined up. Alright. Yeah, I gotta get going on some of those farms because I'm getting too much stuff in here. Move that over. And let me just make up 2, actually make 2 of those. That way I can get rid of a stack from up here, and wire and looms. Got a bunch of wire and looms now, so I'll just take those, put those in there. Drag these back down. And actually, I'm going to hold on to those augmentations for right now. And refill that.
Technology recharge.
And yeah, I ran off a little bit of that activated indium too. So I've got a whole bunch of chromatic metal now. I'll transfer that. Alright, let's head up to the anomaly. Get rid of some of the salvage data. I can probably get all the rest of the basic building parts unlocked and start working on some of the electronic stuff, some of the prefab stuff. Actually, there probably are a couple prefab pieces that I do want to buy. There is a weekend mission going on. I'm not sure what it is. Tame wild creatures. Well, that's actually something I should probably do. Even though I can't really do anything with the Quicksilver. You know, do one of these or something. I don't know. Should look at doing those. I gotta do them on my regular saves anyway. Because I have everything unlocked, so there's nothing for me to unlock. I know I checked this before, but what class was it? C class. Alright. So I actually have everything unlocked on the pretabs that I want. So I just double check these as I go through them, make sure I'm not missing any. Alright, so a good chunk of that salvage data. Get all this basic stuff unlocked, and eventually make my way over to decorations. Even though I don't plan on doing anything decorative, I might as well use this for something. I can probably use it for nanites, to be honest. So probably speed things up a little bit. Should have that. Viewing sphere is way too expensive. Grab a ladder. Should have these little windows. These things never work right. You install them and they never touch the ground. Bite beat, I'm not interested in. Spear generator, not really. We'll grab the automated trap. I guess I do some fishing. I'd rather just build a platform as I need them. I'm not going to bother with any of those right now. Same thing with that. Some of this. I've got plenty of things now that I can scale down, you know, use it for scaling purposes. Alright, and these things are freaking useless. All they do is flip through the wall, going in the wrong direction. I'll just unlock them anyway. They're in the way, that way I get the whole page done. Eventually I do want to get like the underwater submarine at some point. Even though I don't really plan on using it really for anything, but it'd be helpful to have if I ever do need it. The whole thing about going underwater on Permadeath, I'm not a big fan of. I just want to use up some of that salvage data. Getting to the point where it's taking up way too much room. that. One more thing. Do that. Alright, so that's all done. I think I guess I'll just, scrap those ships. We'll do that now, just so I can get more of them. But I did get lucky, like those X-class modules. I did get a couple of them at one of the camps. Not even sure which. Let's go here. Alright. We'll get rid of these ships so they're out of the way. We can grab some more of them if I run across them. Alright, that's the first one. Same thing. Get rid of that. I can't get rid of the weapon. I want to click on all these, make sure. Alright. I'll just transfer this over. Get rid of that. Alright, just gonna bring that in. Okay, so I'm gonna do. Yeah. Alright, and I'm pretty sure a couple of these are the same. Okay, Crimson. That's the one I've been trying to keep. Alright. What I'm trying to do is pay attention to where the where these slots are. I think I have another one in here that's Crimson. I think I ended up getting the same ship. Alright, like this one's way more spread out though. So this one I do want to probably actually, I'm gonna keep that. Yeah, I'll keep that so I don't have to install it in another ship. There's something here. Oh, I don't have anything to delete in that. Move that over. I thought the pilot interface I could delete. Oh, weird. Yeah, instead of getting a weapon, they gave me the transfer beam, which is fine with me. It'll save me from building it in a second ship, so... Alright, get this one sold. Store that in here. Trying to make sure I don't scrap something I might actually want. What about Blessed? Oh, this is the one that, this is a supercharged slot, I believe, right here. So actually, I do want to hang on to Blessed. It's Crimson. There's the second Crimson. Yeah, this is one where they're spread out. Alright. So, dismantle that. do anything with those, so get rid of this one. This one should be quite a bit more money. Yeah, 42. So should be A-class modules. Alright, good. Actually, I'm gonna just toss these. Actually, just bring those right over. Yeah, I'd rather do this now instead of later. That way, because none of these I'm gonna keep. Do it now just so it's not filling up my inventory, and I can get extra, you know, like chromatic metal and stuff out of them. AI belts. It's a good chunk of money there. Let me go over some of this hugnium, what it can ship to. Yeah, I had pugnium all over the place on that planet. Let's see what I can get out of those A-class modules. 15%, that's not good. Yeah. You know, just get rid of it. Because if I keep another ship, it's going to be mainly for storage anyway, so I'm not too worried about the shields on it. 193, I think that's low too. I did get lucky on these though. Yeah, I've had good luck with the hyperdrives. Not so much anything else though. Alright, alright, so that's all scrapped out. Oh, wrong side. Go sell off that stuff. I think I probably will get going on that liquid explosive farm. At least get the all the buildings built for it, and biodomes and all that stuff. So I think I am just going to use that lush planet for it. Oh, and I did get a storage augmentation out of that, something. I did have a couple more ships that I passed on. I kept the brain thing out of them, mainly because they were C-class, and I wanted to see if I could refine the brain into nanites, and you can. So you can refine all these into nanites too, the mirrors and the shards, even the pugnium if you get really desperate. Alright, nothing else here. Alright, so that's done. Alright. Trying to figure out what order I want to do this in. I think I'm going to go back to my base and get my plants in order I need. What I tend to do is stick them in a exocraft. Hopefully I have an exocraft with enough room. So I'm back down here. Yeah, I meant to clean out my inventory before I logged off last time, but next thing I know, it was time for me to leave, and I didn't have anything ready. So, see if I can build a roamer, not a roamer, Colossus, work better. Oh, I was surprised I need metal plating. So, I'm just gonna grab all of it. That way I know I have enough for now anyway. already summoned. Sure. Alright. Yeah, but I know that I do have metal plating in one of these things. Okay, it is this one. I was looking for it last night and I couldn't find it. Alright, move all this over. Alright, just let me bring up my little cheat sheet here. Grab the fungal mold now and get that out of the way. I need 9,600. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. How do I not have enough of that? Come over here. You gotta be kidding me. I thought I had plenty of that. I still need another 1,000. How did I mess that up? Maybe stick it in my nutrient processor? Here. Nope. I still need more of that. God dang it. I'm not gonna be doing the plans tonight at least. Well, I'll just show you guys kind of how I do this. Put 8,000 in there for now at least. Yeah, I do it like this so that I can't possibly plant more or less than I need. So I get an exact amount. Fill that up. You just stick that in my exosuit. Alright. So now all I'm going to do is put this 8,000 right in my Colossus. Yeah, and sadly you can only put 300 in a stack, which is a huge pain. You should have larger stack sizes in these. But I'm at 8,000 in there now, so I do have to add another 1,600. But what I can do is I do need some Mordite. I should have enough of that. I would need 640 of that. Well, get a couple stacks of that. 1,600 cactus flesh, which I have just enough of that, so alright. Toss that in there. So at least I'll be mostly set up for it. I will need to get more of the other stuff. I'll just put the Mordite in there. What I have to remember is I need, so I'm gonna need to keep 5 open slots. I think I can get all this in there. I'll just have to have some of my regular inventory. I'm not gonna move back up and so I can get 1,500 in here, and actually 1,600 because that's not a full stack. So that'll be all the plants that I'm gonna need, you know, minus the 1,600 fungal mold. Which I mean, I can just manufacture that. In here, because I only have to manufacture only 1,000. So yeah, I already have some here, so I can just do a loop of it tomorrow. And what I'll do is, before I leave to do the plants, I'll in here. What I'll do is I'll move over my ammonia and my pyrite. I already have that sorted out. Need 800 pyrite and 4,800 ammonia. And with the Mordite, you only need Mordite. There's no secondary item. So that stuff is all set. So I'll just take that whole stack, throw it in my backpack, and I'll have everything I need. Although before I do leave here, I need to grab glass. And how much room do I actually have? Alright. Get some of this stuff out of the way. I hate sorting this stuff out like this, but it makes it easier for me to see everything. Alright, I need a bunch of glass, so I'm gonna grab, I think I need 75, but I'm gonna take 100. And I'm gonna need a lot of pure ferrite. So I'm gonna grab, I think I'm just gonna grab 3 stacks. And grab a stack of magnetized, a little bit extra. And I will grab some metal plating out of here. And I think that'll be everything I need to get things rolling. I think that should be enough. Let me top this thing out though. Chromatic metal. We got 3. I'm gonna start carrying 3 stacks of that on me now. Okay. Actually, while I'm here, I'm just gonna. I have extra ammonia here somewhere. Alright, so grab that. Let me grab this. just load these up. Oh, I moved these refiners closer. Now they're on the exact spot I wanted them to be. Just kind of glitched them in. I'm gonna go fungal mold and ammonia. I'm doing fungal mold. That way we can get some of this started. We got mold. Ammonia. Actually, I think I'm just gonna run this off. That way I can get all the plants I need. So, I'm gonna end up, probably cutting the clip anyway. So, this shouldn't take too long. So, I'm just gonna run these off, get all the fungal mold I need. I wait off to dick around with it tomorrow. So, I will cut the clip and I will see you guys soon. Alright guys, I ran off the rest of that stuff to make my fungal mold, so right now I want to have 9,600 fungal mold, so I got 9,000 there plus another 2 stacks. My cactus flush I need 1,600, which I got right there. Oh, I need more. Wait. Yeah. These 300 stacks has to screw me up. So 1,600 there. 640 more dite. The other 40 I have put down here. And I wanted to verify I have enough glass. So I can build 20, so I'm good there. And I should be able to build power. I can build 19 of these. I'm plenty of that. The holdup might be I might need more pure ferrite. It's connectors. Okay, I should be good on pure ferrite too. So I don't have enough room in here for my ammonia. I could probably leave a few things behind, but I think I'm just going to call in my storage bin when I need it. But I will take the pyrite I need. So I'll just bring that over, because I don't want to totally fill up my inventory. So yeah, when I need it, I'll just put down storage container 6 at the base. So I should be good to go. So let's get over there. I can find it. Your bases. Liquid explosive tap. There we go. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my power situated. I need at least 750k, but I'm going to go up from there. I'm going to look to, pull like around 900, because I need to account for my building, and I think I'm going to add a couple more biodomes here for Nip Nip. So, and then if I do decide to expand this out to 32, I'm going to leave my wire in place and everything for my power source. That way I can just add more power to what's already here. So, let's get my power figured out first, then start actually putting the build together. We could have ran around and tried to find an S-class hotspot, but this location looks pretty good, so. I want to see if I can get a decent location on the power. So, I'm going to do what I do with all my other stuff pretty much, just make a little platform. And try to get a good read on power. You know, 1% isn't going to really matter all that much. So 82% is fine by me. What I want to do is toggle over to my supply pipe, drop the end right there, leave build camera, and switch over to wire. You can just pull out, you can use pipe instead of wire too, because I always prefer using a wire, just out of habit more than anything. So, put one of those in just to see what I get for a reading. So I'm going to be pulling just shy of 250, so I'm just going to go up to right around 1,000, 1,000K. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to build 4 of them. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop it down. Just use a wall to do that. I want it to be down on the ground. Why can't I glitch that on? It's like the easiest glitch in the world. Alright. So, what I'm going to actually use is a cube. Just to make it look a little more fancy, I guess. So I'll do that. Alright, so I'll have that in the ground. All I'm going to do is pull a wire over to there. And actually come out a couple. Connect to that one. Delete these. Alright, and I can just delete that top one. And that's good enough in there. So, give that a color. I'm just going to glitch 4 of these right there. I always wait until they fully render before I glitch in the others, just so that I know they're actually there. Now I don't need to put a battery here because I'm not using solar or anything, but I like to keep track of how much power I'm actually using, so I will put one here. That way I can just have a total amount used and available. So yeah, like I was saying, I only need 750 for the regular setup. But what I like to do is I like to account like 100 for the building, the teleporter, you know, other little things I may incorporate. So I would rather just have a little bit extra than not enough. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that power cable right there in case I need to come back and use it later. I'll just use a wire hider if I need to hide it. Now, base-wise, it's going to be somewhat similar to how I did my other, pretty much all my other little bases. I am going to elevate this one a little bit, though. Even though there's really no need to go too high, I'll probably just go like 2 cubes high. So my ship will be in the way. So what I'll do is put that way down here somewhere, so that hopefully not gonna get in the way of me building. Actually, what I do want to do is I want to kind of look around and see if there's anything like curious deposits or anything like that. Gravitino balls. Got a fossil bed over there. But another one there too. Oh, harmonic scrap. So that's what the icon looks like. Hold on a second. Let me go check that out, because that stuff might respawn. So if I can get a good one with like quad servos or something in it. Well, salvage glass, that's actually really good. I'm pretty sure these will respawn, kind of like the metal fingers and stuff. Not as fast though. I mean, it's probably like 7 days or whatever. But that would be good if I can, you know, come here every couple of weeks and grab more salvage glass. Alright, so this actually is probably about the flattest I'm gonna get. Because I really don't want to go down there, so I'd rather be elevated. There's, make sure I got none of those plants right above me, because those could get in the way. It looks like I'm good there, so I think right in this little divot is probably where I'll start. So again, kind of like what I normally do. Put down a couple of those. Because if the elevation of the ground ever changes, I want to be off the ground. So go up about that will be probably high enough for everything. Yeah, I'm just looking out for this stuff. You know, I don't want to have one of those in the middle of my base that is just going to be in the way. So, and one thing I do like to do is I like to run my power from the center. So what I'm going to do is drop that back down, get a wire, just tie it right into my battery. Then put the cube back. Then I'll get a wire here. Hopefully, the game will let me. The game doesn't want to let me. So, actually, see if I can pick that wire. Alright, there's that wire. Try to do this the opposite way. No, I can't do that. Alright, I'm just gonna dig a hole out with it. The game does weird stuff. I'm gonna get my wire here instead. Stick it down there and go over to the battery. Alright, so now I know I have a power source right in the middle. I want to fill that hole in first. Alright. That's it. That's the hard part done. So, in order to do this, what I do is, there's a few steps. There's a lot of just like putting things down and deleting it, and putting it down, deleting it. I start with my building. Alright, and around that, typically I would have one here and one here, but because I'm thinking about putting in Nip Nip buds. I'm gonna put one on this side as well. Alright, so that's done. Now I'm gonna just take a wall, put them on all of those, come up one more, and come up one more on these. Alright, now that's gonna be the foundation for pretty much everything I do now. And actually, I should kind of, that should be all set. And then what I can do is I can just drop a building right back in. Toss on a door. I just want to make sure those are actually piercing through, and they all look good. So far so good. And one thing I do want to do before I get too carried away, I make one of those. Nope. Let's toss one of these down. Make a save. And what I'm going to do is hopefully be able to pull my power to this. There we go. They still haven't fixed that. Pull my power. Now, I don't know if I'm going to see a wire there. I am. Alright. Alright, to get away with that. Typically, what I'll probably end up doing is just tying it right into a biodome, but one way around that is drop down. Oops. What you can do is you can put a wall in here. Just glitch a wall. And then do a half wall down. And then tie into it. I think it still shows a little bit, but it's not quite as much. No, it doesn't show at all. Good. Alright, so I have power everywhere. Well, I just have to run power right there. There. Looks nice and clean. So, one way around that. Alright, now I need to make sure my biodomes don't collide with the building. So I come out one on each of those. Actually, I'll do one. I probably won't have to on this side. I'll know when I get them in. So I think I have to come out two of those. Then one. Because I also plan on having a landing pad here, which I'm actually going to snap in. Put that right there. That way I know for sure it's not going to collide. Alright, and check it with my biodome. It does clip a little bit, but that's fine. So at least I have the measurement I'm thinking. I'm going to need 15 biodomes, so what I'm going to do is 7 on one side, 8 on the other. So, now that I know I go 2, then I believe it's 2 again before I get to this one. So I just want to figure out my measurements before I start just throwing stuff together. And these do overlap a little tiny bit, but that's not an issue. So, there's my measurement for the whole thing, pretty much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just replicate that up here. And I'm not worried about this top section, really. Because this is all going to get deleted. So that's pretty much the measurements. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out. I'm just going to have those floating in the air like that. And I'll just replicate the same thing over here. We got one there. 2. Then 1. Actually, the bottom row does kind of matter because I don't want to Don't want it to look all weird. Okay, so those are fine. Yeah, once you figure out the measurement, the stuff just snaps together nice and easy. So, actually, you can just use a bunch of these here. Just do it like that. Then, back here, I just want to make sure they're not going to collide. I think I can get away with doing it like this. Well, actually, I'm just going to have a single back here anyway, so yeah, I should be good. Alright. So the liquid explosive part, what I'm going to do is I'll do 7 on this side. Like, I could put 1 at the end, but what I'm doing is I'm stacking these so that all you have to do is hit the harvest all button once, and it will harvest both biodomes. Just to make it's just to speed things up. So that side's got 7, so this side's going to have 8. Alright, now I can take these out. I leave this one here just in case I screw something up along the way. That way I have a place that I can return to. It's kind of hard to mess it up, to be honest. But, you never know. I wonder if I should just put these in now. I think I will, while I have the glass and stuff. I'm thinking 2 biodomes of Nip Nip that I can plant for later on. But that's the pretty much the setup. Then you just throw in your plants, which I'll actually do here a little bit. I just want to verify my power. So I have plenty of power right now, 875 to account. Like I was saying, I needed like 750. I added 2 more biodomes plus the cost of the building, so just a little bit. And I'm gonna have a storage container as well that I power up, which I'll show you guys how I actually harvest these soon. You know, tomorrow or day after. It's only 16 of them, but you kind of want to do it in a certain order because, again, you're stuck at 300 to a stack. So you might have to shuffle some inventory around. You get around that with biodomes, with storage containers rather. Let me just move my thing up here. And I'm gonna need to summon my Colossus. Right there. Alright, so now if I look at my parts, my cactus, where's cactus? Right there. Now I need to plant 32 cactus, and if you look at my menu here, you can see that I can plant 32 of them. See, that's why I do it, so I can't accidentally overplant or underplant. And if I look at the Mordite, I need 16, I can plant 16. And the same thing, when I get my ammonia over, the same thing should be with the fungal mold as well. So I'm going to just start with, get the Mordite out of the way. There's only 16 of them, so that's kind of an odd one. So all I do is just put it in its own little biodome over here, and then in the opposite side, I'll do the cactus. Then the rest is all going to be fungal mold. I'll just start right here. See, and the good thing is if I accidentally like miss one of these slots, I'll know, because I won't be able, I'll still be able to plant something, but not be able to see where, you know. Especially like that slot right next to the stairs sometimes can be kind of hard to get. So I got my 16. I can just verify that because I can see the little stem under the stairs. So Mordite's done. Now I'll come over and I'll do cactus. And I tend to start at the bottom biodome when I do this. It's just easier for me to see. So I just work my way right around. And I count to myself when I do this too, so. Luckily I don't do it out loud because it'd probably drive you guys nuts. Now the top can kind of be a little tricky. You just want to make sure everything's green shaded when you put it in. I'll just kind of work my way right around. If you do accidentally plant something in the wrong biodome, you can just, you know, run in and delete it and put it in the right place. What, 4 more, 5 more. Just kind of work your way right around. The last one can be kind of tricky too. Once you know the spacing though, it's easy. Alright, so that's all done. Now I'm going to bring in my storage container 6. Actually, let me run in here and take a quick look at my inventory. I might have to shuffle a few things around. Okay, so I do have a few slots that did open up. So I'll just kind of move a couple things out of the way. Alright, what I'm going to do is put down storage, because now if I look at my exocraft, it's pulling stuff directly from the exocraft. So it does need to be, you know, somewhat in range. What I'll do is I'll bring in container 6. It should have all my gas in it. Set it there. Now, I don't know if this is going to pull directly from there or not. Okay, it doesn't. Alright. Fungal cluster. Use the right thing. Alright. So what I'm going to do is actually just pull power to that real quick. Now I'm just going to pull over this ammonia. 3, 4, and I need 4,800. 192, so I can't possibly plant too many or too little. So delete that. In my ship, but sometimes it would be too much stuff. Like I'd have an extra stack of ammonia somewhere that I didn't know about. So where I do that, just do a quick save. Alright, and go get our fungal clusters put in. I just start on one side. So those 3 there are all set. So I'll just do the remaining, 12 domes of this. And what I tend to do is I'll do all the top ones and then I'll do the bottom ones actually inside. Sometimes it can be easier. Okay, so I have a few put in there. I'll just do this dome outside, then I'll do the rest of them inside. Sometimes, yeah, these can be kind of challenge. They like to try to snap to the bottom. Unless you get in a rhythm. You just want to make sure your cursor's kind of right on top of the spot. But sometimes these ones towards the inside can be hard to tell. Yeah, so I'm just going to play it safe, do the bottom ones first, and then do the top ones. That way I don't accidentally miss any. Alright, I always check the one under the stairs to make sure there's a stem there. That's normally the one I start with, but I always like to just double check myself. So sometimes I'll go through these really quick and I'll end up missing one. I always look for that little puff when it first gets planted. That way I know it's actually in there. Alright, so that one's done. These should all be planted. I'll just make my way over here. Do this side. And I'll do all the top domes after. I mean, you can build this base in like an hour, real quick. I mean, I think the thing that holds this base up is the cactus, because that takes 16 hours. If you wanted to make it really efficient, though, you can actually do a couple extra biodomes of cactus, and then you can do this like every 8 hours instead of every 16. Which might be worth doing on Permadeath. Once you get money, though, you don't really need to have this stuff. This is more like a middle game type of thing. You know, early to middle. It's one of the first things, you know, one of the first money-making farms you can do that doesn't really take a lot of resources. Just start out small. It'll take a few days to get everything you need, but you can just slap it together, and I mean it's passive money. You can always just come back here, you know, daily and do a batch and sell it off. Or you can just go get a few interceptors and make the same amount of money. But this is nice because you just warp in, take you, you know, like 5 minutes to do everything. Not even. And it's always here. Alright, so those are done. And I'll do the top ones. This side I did. Alright. See, now it's not going to keep trying to snap to the bottom. As you can tell, I probably can tell I've done a few of these. This is just a little one. Normally I do, you know, large stasis device farms. You know, do like 128 of them at a time. Alright, so that side is totally done. Oh, I still need to do 64 of them, so that means 4 more biodomes. So my count is on. Yeah, it's so much easier when you bring in your plants the way I do. It just you don't have to second guess if something is misplanted or not. You just keep track of them as you plant them, and you won't miss any. And if you find out you are missing one, you know right away. And when I get enough nip put together, I'll come over and plant those. That way I have it grown in a couple different locations. I have a full biodome now, so it'll take, you know, tomorrow morning or whatever, I'll be able to get a full harvest over there and then bring it over here. Probably do a batch of liquid explosive and plant that at the same time. And pretty profitable little farm. Alright, 16 more. One more. I didn't want to line up. There we go. Alright, so now that I know everything's in place, I'm just going to delete these top ones. That side's already done. That's pretty much it for liquid explosive farm. Yeah, so you'll be able to run in here, hit that trigger, you'll harvest both biodomes. I believe the cactus is 16 hours. Yeah, that's the one that's kind of slows things down. Your mordite though is 8 hours, so, and then your clusters are 4 hours. So if you wanted to do 2 batches of these a day, just put down one more biodome of mordite and 2 more domes of cactus, and you can actually hit it every 8 hours if you wanted. Or if you really want to do every 4 hours, you could do that, but that would just be ridiculous. Yeah, so I'll have nip in there. One thing I do want to do is make sure I put down a teleporter. For a second there, I didn't think I had enough material. I was expecting not to have like nanotubes or something. I'll just leave it full size. And one thing I will do is, like, I'm using storage bay 7 as like a money vault, you know, with like expensive stuff in it. So I will put one of those here. These don't snap anymore. They will. Do they snap to the end of these? No, they don't. Okay. I am going to put one of those in there. I do want to shrink it, though. You used to be able to put it right to your landing pad. For some reason, they took that away. Yeah, you should be able to snap one right here. I can just put it inside. I do want to shrink it, though. So let me just grab one of those. Go down to that. If you do want to put it on your landing pad, though, what you can do, I think, unless they change this too, you can do that. And delete that. Actually, you can't do that either, can you? because you can't snap to these. I don't know why they took that out. That's a stupid thing. Do that, do that. And you snap when it's open. Yeah, you can't even do that anymore. Why did they do that? Yeah, you used to be able to just snap it right to your landing pad. Okay, enough dicking around. Yeah, what you can do is you can just put your storage container right over here. I'm gonna shrink mine down so that I can put it inside without it taking up half of the room. Shrink it, yeah. I don't want to go all the way down, but about 2 times. Yeah, that should be about right. So grab my storage container, put it in my cache. Copy that. Put it in. Alright, just drag this thing right inside. Probably go into free placement so that you can just put it where you want it. I should have gone a little bit smaller, but not a big deal. And it automatically powers up, so yeah, this is what I'm going to use for like a little money vault thing. I got three nip. I plant those with. I don't think I have enough. What is it? Mordite, gut root, whatever. Thesium. See if I can actually plant those. Nope. Right. Put it back in here then. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I actually do want to build a save button here. I always try to leave one of these behind, as opposed to the beacons, because the beacons sometimes cover up the base name, so save. I can always use more beacons on planets too. Alright. And we'll grab my base computer. I always like to have it somewhat near the door. I'll want to rotate it the other way. Before I do that, I do want to just check my power real quick. Okay, so yep, I'm going to have plenty of power. I won't have to worry about that at all. Sometimes if I want to dress things up, I'll use the little these little things. Either I'll use the frames, or do I not have it unlocked? Yeah, these foundations. But a lot of times the legs don't work on them, so I don't bother using them. Or the cylindrical frame. These actually look pretty good. But I'm not worried about making it look all fancy or anything. That's all there is to that. 16 hours, there'll be 16 liquid explosive. I'm gonna come over here, give it a proper name. Liquid explosive. And then what I do like to do with these is I'll put a bracket in with the quantity. So 16. Grab a quick screenshot. And do an upload. Just realized my Colossus is still there. So I'll get rid of, actually, can you dismiss these? As well as some of them? No, it doesn't look like it. I'm not going to want it to always do that, but now my Colossus should be pretty empty, you know. Actually, give me a chance to move some of this back over. Yeah, I weren't sure how much pure ferrite I was going to need, so I wanted to make sure I brought enough of that. Magnetize I'm good on too. Well, did use some of it. Gotta replenish that. Just put that back in my base. Alright, so that is good to go. Actually, I will do a second upload because I took away that Colossus day. And I also want to make sure discoveries are active. Especially on the weekends. For some reason, Discovery Services likes to go offline on weekends. So, I always try to make sure that looks good. Alright, and don't think I need anything else here. So, I'm gonna head back to my base real quick and kind of clean up some of my my backpack, and I think maybe go do a little bit of running around, some discovering. Maybe unlock, you know, drop pods, stuff like that. You know, run around, check out some new systems. Head over there. Actually, before I do that, I think I will run over and grab that multi-tool that I found. Got an A-class rifle. I did check out, was it like 3 or 4 camps, and I found this one on the, I think it was the second one I found. The A-class, all the other camps were like B and C class. This is actually a really fun planet to just run around and explore on. There's a lot of broken machinery and buried deposits, so I might run around this a little bit later on. You can get some pretty good stuff out of these wheelbarrows. That's where I got the like the X-class module things. And just check this, make sure it's still an A-class. Thank God. I weren't sure if it would be or not, so I didn't know if these things change. See, this is where I want those repair kits for stuff like that. But alright. So, yeah, I want to take that. Alright. Now, I don't have a teleporter here, of course. But, at least that's all locked in. So, let's head up to the anomaly, I guess, or space station, whatever's closest. Oh, that's my fault. Oh, I have a base here. I think I have my dioxide base here. That'll have a teleporter in it. I'm gonna leave that base computer there, though. I think they do respawn after a while, but if they do, it'd be nice to have access to another rifle if I want it. Oh yeah, dioxide. This will give me a chance to grab this dioxide too. I should actually do a quick supply run. They just used up a bunch of materials, so yeah. And actually, I warped into this base earlier, and my ship was inside, but I was still able to access my refiner or my silo. Yeah, the ship was like over in this area, blocking the door. So I'm just gonna take that, throw it right into the storage container. Do a quick little supply run. Alright, run over here. Fill that container up a little bit. I got all those curious deposits I have to burn off too. But the good thing is with the curious deposits, you know, every 1,000 you get for fungal mold, or not fungal mold. Yeah, all the, you know, for every stack of the mold you get 200 nanites. So a good way to do them. All right, toss that uranium in there. Yeah, right on. Need to start collecting some of this stuff, especially the magnetized ferrite. I might actually increase that. I think I said that before, but right now I don't need it really bad. Go grab some cobalt. I figure pick up that multi-tool, I can run back to my base and fix it up, because I know I have a bunch of the inverted mirrors and stuff. So I think I can fix it up completely. Let's put that in here. I'm good on gold. Should grab this. It's kind of the good thing about smaller farms like this. You can pretty much just grab what you need as you need it. For some of the bigger bases, it's nice that you can warp in and grab, you know, 100,000 gold, but do you actually need it now? You know, because all it's going to do is sit in your storage, or you're going to sell it right away. Stuff like that, you know, you can do it, but if you don't really need the money, then it's just sitting there. Grab this stuff. The silver I don't need right now, so I'm just going to ignore it. But nitro, I should grab some of that. I'm going to need some of this stuff for making plants and making other stuff, so that one's done. Activated copper I don't need at all. I should grab activated indium though. I'd like to have a couple stacks of that. I don't need all that much of it, but I like to try to keep, you know, like 3 or 4 stacks in my container. I think this will pretty much fill it up. The activated copper is good to have, mainly to repair broken ships, like the regular ships. So that's the main reason I have that. And it's a backup for a backup if I run out of indium. Put that in there. I should try to get a little bit of a sodium supply too. Alright, and I can probably do a quick, yeah, I can do a quick thing of mold. Sometimes I'll just sit there and take like a half hour and just run off a bunch of the runaway mold, because I'm gonna need a lot of nanites, and I'm just trying to do, you know, like 5,000 at a time or whatever. I think I only have like, you know, like 11,000 nanites or something, so just go do like, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 and go do some other stuff for a while and go back to it. Yeah, okay, I get like 5,000, right around 5,500 mold each time I do this. So that's a, you know, pretty much 1,000 nanites per trip. So, alright. Oh, I have that other multi-tool. I want to switch that over. Wonder why I had a red beam. There we go. Yeah, for some reason there's always 3 of them that get stuck up there, so I just get those out of the way first. Like 3 or 4 of them, maybe 1 more up here. Yeah, there's 4 of them. You can harvest it a lot faster now, though. Get a couple upgrades on your mining beam makes a big difference. It's not overheating every time you get one of these done. You put out some decent damage with it too. Alright. Just transfer all that over.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
I think I get right around 5,500 for each. Oh, a bunch of it went into my ship, didn't it? Yep. That should be about 5 stack, 5.5, something. I think I'm missing a stack somewhere. Either that, there's another mold out here somewhere. Oh, maybe not. I ended up getting shorted a little bit on that. Oh, I accidentally put my nitrogen in here. Alright. Head back to my base, fix up this multi-tool, and go run around for a little bit. Alright, so first off, I want to get some of this stuff out of my backpack I don't need. Oh boy, I got a bunch of crap. Alright. Got a few things to get rid of right away. I got more paraffinium than I thought. I do like to keep a stack of it in here for exographs though. Get rid of that. Get rid of the nitro. And the good thing is, because I know how much I pull out, I know that there's only going to be 5 stacks to transfer over. So it makes it a little bit easier on me. And, ferrite, I want to try to keep 3 of those on me now. And 2 of the magnetized. 1 here. Keep 2 full stacks of that. So when I go in here, what I'll do is I'll just top out this regular ferrite. And I can just throw the rest of it right in here. Same thing with the silicate, if there's any of that. Alright, trying to stay a little bit organized. Actually, I can just do 2 stacks of that. And that's full. This is extra. Alright. And swing around, grab whatever's in here. And my metals. So that should be enough activated indium for a little bit. I'm just holding on to this stone just in case I might need it somewhere eventually. If I start to build any of that ruin stuff. I do want to start doing something with ionized cobalt too. That's another thing you can mix with oxygen to make a bunch of. Okay, that's where sodium was. See, I know I started putting some sodium together too. So I like to keep a couple stacks of that. Actually, I'll burn off some of that too. Never have enough uranium. Alright, I should have probably picked up pyrite, but not a big deal. Same thing with the phosphorus. Alright, and I got some glass left over. I need to make up some more glass. Which actually, let me do that. Because I got a lot of this stuff now. Let's make up a bunch of glass real quick. Yeah, I'll just probably do 100 if I can. I'll just do 100 of those. Put that stuff back. Yeah, I hate running out of glass. It's always, when you really need it, you don't have the resources for it. So that's done. I do want to toss that little bit of sodium in here. Just get that going. And a little bit more for over here. I just like to try to keep on top of some of this stuff. I don't like to sit here and have to refine for hours. And let's break these open. Alright, got a sentinel thing. About time I get one of those. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. These things I'll just toss right in storage. Oh, I got two of them. Fire rate and reload. Yeah. I need damage, not fire rate and reload. Alright, this one's done. That's almost done. I think I should have enough mirrors and stuff to fix that. I might need more shards, but I don't know. Put that right in storage container. Actually, while I'm doing that stuff, we'll grab some of this out of here. Just start looping this through. The good thing is for each run I do around here, I eliminate 3 stacks of this, so it goes pretty quick. It's boring to watch though, so that's why I typically don't do it. Yeah, because typically by the time I get through one run, I'm ready to reload all of these. 6 refiners is like the perfect number for this. With this layout anyway. And my refiners are spaced out enough so that they don't accidentally get selected. Like when you go to select one refiner, you're not accidentally selecting the one next to it. So having them laid out like this is good. All I do is turn around and hit this one. And well, that one just finished up, so I just keep going right around. I just keep feeding it right in. You can do 5 refiners, you know, five different you know, stacks to get your 150. So you don't have to keep taking your nanites out and then putting in another stack, and that gets annoying really quick. That whole, like, batch that I just picked up will be done in, you know, like 3 minutes. Something like that. As long as you keep on top of it, it doesn't take very long to do. The problem is if you need, you know, 125,000 nanites, it can get boring. That's why I'll just set aside, you know, 15 minutes, a half hour, something like that. Just run off a bunch of it. then keep bouncing back and forth and farming up more mold. Actually goes pretty quick. As you see, I'm down to, you know, not very much left. That's actually the batch I got, it's actually on kind of the smaller side. Well, it's like a medium size, but you can get some deposits that are, you know, you got like 20 of them, as opposed to, I think I got like 12, 14, something like that. Which sometimes can be too many, you know, because you can't store it all sometimes. Well, it's like I had that overflow that went to my my ship, so at least you don't lose it. But it'd be nice if it all fits right in your backpack. I'll just run off one of these and then start picking up that multi-tool. At least that has a couple supercharged slots in it, so that will help me out with damage. I just have to get some decent mods for it, because I'm having really bad luck on getting weapon mods. Yeah, I would like to install some of the other weapons, but nothing's dropping. I think the only thing I've seen drop is the blaze javelin, which I never use, so I got a couple more stacks. I hate the way that they changed how your display is on some of this stuff. Now I have to kind of sort through all this stuff to get to my mold. They used to list things from the top of your inventory to the bottom, and for some reason they changed it to from the bottom to the top, which makes no sense at all. This should be the last stack. And then I have a partial, actually. Yeah, I do have a partial. And went right past it. I mean, you run through that, because I had 5 stacks there that, well, 5,000. That'll get me a little over 1,000 nanites. A little over 1,000 nanites. So. And it only took, what, about 5 minutes, something like that. Oh, it goes pretty quick. It's better than digging up damaged machinery and only getting, you know, 30 nanites at a time. So 12,600. So not too shabby. All right, let's take a look at that multi-tool now. All right, luckily only one of the broken pieces is in a supercharged slot, so that will help out. Bring this over. Actually, let me bring all of these over. Alright. Now, start off with fixing some of this. So, supercharge is the first one I always want to fix up. And then, whatever's touching the supercharge. Which, of course, is going to be hearts. And that's a heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the repair, use the repair kit. Yep, apply repair kit. This is just so much easier than having to kill off those little spider creatures. And I have another one here, so hopefully there aren't too many of those. Got another one here. Whoops, repair kit. Alright, the rest of this should be regular stuff. Alright, so go right through and repair it all. Oops. So I do want to do some more derelict freighters. I found that easy one. So I would like to stack up on some of those. Alright. Alright, so that should be good to go. I wonder what it costs to upgrade this. First thing I'm gonna do though is get rid of that thing. It's the last thing I want in my last thing I want in this. So bring that over. Now there is an issue, and I'm probably just gonna use it because it's the way everybody else uses these things. Can I just recharge that with regular? Okay. Oh, I don't have an advanced mining laser. Oh, that's not scanned. Oh yeah, I probably didn't scan anything on this planet. Alright. So, let's go and shoot that. Shoot a couple different rocks and see what my percentage is. Alright, down to 93%. Now if I go over to this multi-tool, or any of them with a regular mining beam in it, I'm gonna... Can't I store that? Maybe it has to be a different... different multi-tool, maybe? No, I can't store that. Maybe it's the optical drill that does it. Or the advanced mining beam. Yeah, if you put it up against the mining beam, it barely uses any resources. So actually, let me get my bolt caster figured out first. I'm gonna store this. That's gonna be my main weapon. So. Oh, I always do that. Store, not move. Alright, so it's bolt caster. Store all these. Yeah, I think it's the optical drill that, if you put it right up against it, it makes it so you barely use any carbon. And this stuff over. Let's leave the rest of that just like it is. Swap multi-tools. Alright, and I'm not gonna really move this over. Get a couple of these out of the way first. That, and my terrain manipulator. Stick that up there, I guess. Oh. No, move that scanner out of the way. There we go. Oh, bolt caster. I'm not going to use up those supercharged slots yet. Want to move things around, see what I can get for highest damage. Alright, so what do we have here? One ender. What I'm mainly looking for is the damage and reload. Fire rate's good also. Alright, so my reload's 20%, so... Alright, so it does bring my damage up to 2%. I need better mods. These mods suck. And these are pretty bad too. Alright, so... probably go with this. $25.99. 3,000. Probably because of the fire rate. Yeah, 11% fire rate. Okay, so go with that one. That's not too bad. Yeah, see, that doesn't make sense. Move that down here. Yeah, why does my damage potential go up? Well, the yellow line, rather, on it. That one I can see. It goes down. See, that makes no sense. That makes sense. 33. Alright, I'll just stick it like that for now, I guess. What's it do here? See, my yellow line goes way up like that. Alright, I'm just gonna go with that setup, I think. Put that one back down here. It's weird. The number goes up, but the line, the yellow line, shoots up also. Alright, the scanner's the second thing I want to get a bonus on. Just kind of load everything in over here. I just want to go something that gives me all four. See, fauna I don't have to worry about, so I'm looking at flora and mineral. Flora, mineral. So that's, right now, that's the best. Alright, fauna, flora. Okay, so right now that's the best one. It's kind of put my S-class right up against it. Alright. about the best I'm gonna get out of that. I think I'll move this stuff over here. Alright, start pulling this stuff over. Alright, I'm at 93%. Let me put this optical drill over here. See if that makes a difference out here. Oh, 89%, so it's not that. Maybe the advanced mining laser. That's also not scanned. Oh, I didn't see what my 88%. 86%. Oh, okay. If I install you can install the mining beam. Alright, 86%. There, move that away. Yeah, and you see how fast it mines also. No, 83%. I thought that it barely used any. Oh, your regular mining beam stays up. Okay. What you do is kind of block that right in. Regular mining beam. Which one of these is good? 17, 16. Alright. Put that one there. Optical drill. Actually, I don't really want there, do I? That was at 83%. Let's 81. I'm not sure how people were doing that now. Just move all these over. Refill that.
Technology recharge.
Running out of stuff to shoot over there. Yeah, it gets rid of stuff so fast. At 97% though. I didn't think this was supposed to depreciate. Let me run this beam right out. I'm actually curious how this. See how fast it is though? Oh, I can see my hacked lasers going down. There's a certain way you can set it up so that your hacked laser doesn't go down. I don't know how people do it. I thought it had something to do with the optical drill or the regular mining beam. But I'm not sure how they're doing it. Oh, I never installed this thing. That would probably help my damage. I need glass for that. Let me just grab how much glass. What glass? That'll definitely help out with my damage. Right now I'm at 4192. Of course it doesn't show up over there though. 3440. I'm sure that'll make a big difference actually. See how this thing feels to fire and reload now. Yeah, look at the reload on that. Alright. Might be able to actually kill some stuff now. Alright, yeah, we'll run up. I like to add some slots. I got a bunch of multi-tool slots now. Yeah, I got 20 of the friggin' thing. I'm just gonna grab 5, because I can only, this is only an A class, so I can only expand it so much. I think I can only unlock 1 slot, but I'm not sure. Just run up here real quick and take a look. Let's see what I can do. Slots are 166 million. God, that's expensive. Can I add more though? Or am I maxed out? Oh my god, did I just buy that? Okay, good. I thought I accidentally bought that slot. Okay, I can expand it. I can expand up until the size of this box. Alright. I'm not gonna do that right now, though. Until I can actually find new weapons that I can actually install in the stupid thing. Because I, for the life of me, can't get, like, Scatter Blaster or anything like that to drop. So I will, go put those back. Alright, that. Put some more, put this stuff back in here. Shards. That stuff. A bunch of the mirrors now. Okay. Don't think there's anything. Actually, put that in there too. So you can find shards easy enough, so. Alright. I have a bunch of extra regular carbon stock. Toss it in there. I got all this extra ferrite dust now too, so. Yeah, I have to figure out how people are setting up their multi-tools so that they don't use up that hijack laser. So, I'm not sure how they do it. Move that down here. should have that cloaking thing at some point too. There's still a bunch of stuff like the force field I never use. You know. Alright. I think trying to think of where I want to go. I think the last system I was in was that Easy Derelict one. So I think I'll go over there and continue to push, you know, do a couple warps and see what other systems I can find. I only got probably about a half hour left and I gotta jump off. Yeah, not even a half hour, I got like 20 minutes. So go check out a new system or check out some of the planets in the system I'm already in. See what they offer. And jump in here. Okay, take a look and see what else is in this system. Got a visual bug going on. Hopefully that gets fixed one of these days. Well, none of those are discovered. Let's just go see what we have. Cloudy planet. Where I just was. It's frozen. I didn't realize this was a green system. Another planet over there somewhere. Yeah, I gotta start getting my ship put together too. I'm used to this one now though. Alright, that's a dissident also. So, and it's activated. Sounds like a lovely planet.
Technology recharge.
I'm pretty sure I already hit the space station here. So I shouldn't have to worry about going back to that. Activated, so I'm hoping I get down there before a storm actually starts up. Quite a few resources here too. I'll get down there, see if I can find a camp real quick and see what they offer for a tool and see what type of ship they have. Ugly looking planet from out here. See if I can go somewhere where it's daylight. Yeah, it looks like they're just in time for a storm. Looks like there's a lot of water too. Sometimes these planets can have really nice water, though. Definitely got some water. You know what, let's just pop a chart here.
Navigational data received.
At least I'll have a spot to land. Let's just jump into camera mode here real quick and take a peek at what the water looks like. Yeah, nothing too special. I was hoping it'd be deep. Not that I do anything down there, but... See what we got over here. I'm still kind of trying to hold out for an S-class ship, but I don't know if they even spawn in this mode. Land right in the middle of the camp, it looks like. Alright, we got rifles here.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Oh, it's a toxic planet. Alright, so we got 7, 12, and 2. See, I don't know what's up with these graphical bugs. They've been going on for months, though. Probably works fine on PC, but PS5, it doesn't. I wish they would start paying attention to other platforms. What do we have here? A B-class. Alright. What I will do is I'm just gonna put down a white beacon. That way I can mark the camp. Go pick up this stuff and charge this before I die. Storage augmentations are always welcome. Yeah, that's where I keep getting those suspicious packages. So that's why it's worth stopping by these camps. I think I've gotten them out of the buried cargo also. I seem to get a lot of the derelict freighter things out of the buried cargo, though. Alright, ship's nice and close. And those little, like, beetle ones. A bad looking ship. What do we have? Oh, I want the light. Oh my god. Enough of the light. I don't want the light. I want the ship.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Alright, got a C class. And I want to make sure I interact with this thing. Rusted metal. Don't want it. And let's see what's in that. More rusted metal. Alright. Trigger this. Did not do anything? Oh. Why isn't that working? Oh. I need radiant shards. Oh, I'm not going to go 300 units away for that. Let's go find them in a more friendly area. Some over here, looks like. Also a pea. Oh, those are mushrooms. I thought that was some of that salvage. Yeah, look how fast it refines those now. Not refines, but harvests. Yeah, it still takes quite a bit to kill stuff. Yeah, let's run away. Oh, terrain manipulator has no juice in it. I forgot to refill it. Alright. Don't need very many. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, granted, that was a corrupt sentinel, not a regular one, so... Still need much better weapons. Alright, now I should be able to use that. Why is that just running back to the ship? It didn't. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Yeah, I think I'll just claim this ship and then I'm getting jumping off. This is a great way to learn a bunch of words too. Oh, it's on this side. So used to the other location where you had to climb the steps. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the ship design, so I don't think I'm really gonna be hunting for them. I'll head on back. I'll probably just, yeah, grab this thing and scrap it, and probably end up calling it a night. This planet kinda not a fan of. Ship has a cool name though, Glass Soul. Alright, let's just claim it. And just take right off with it, if I can get in it. I do like the animations on these though.
Extreme toxicity detected.
Head back over there. And while it's fresh in my mind, I'm gonna refill this.
Technology recharge.
Don't want to get caught without a full manipulator. Yeah, the damage on that thing isn't very good. Geology cannon. Yeah, plasma launcher. All the stuff I don't want. I just have to get some modules to drop. see what I can break down out of this. Get rid of that. That's it. I was thinking I could move the rocket launchers out of my regular ship, but it's the only weapon in this thing. Oh, go get some money for this, and then probably head back to my base and call it a night. Then I'll just probably pick up from here. Actually, tomorrow I'll go through and show how to harvest the liquid explosive, and we do a bunch of warping around, I think. Find some new systems to look at. Begin salvage. I'm pretty sure I just scrapped that with the that stuff in the inventory. That's alright. I just lost an inverted mirror, so it's not a big deal. Break that down. Yeah, it's getting to the point that I don't even look at what the upgrades were, value-wise. Put in there. Doesn't look like it. I'm just gonna sell it all off anyway. I could probably just sell this stuff right at my terminal at my base. Just dawned on me. Oh, you got a storage augmentation out of it, I think. Possibly. I think I only had 4. Alright, get rid of this, that. Alright. Made a little bit of money. Up over 200 million now. Super rich. Swap my ship around. Go back to that. Yeah, I already visited the system, or the station. Alright, head back to my base and call it a night. Yeah, so I managed to get quite a bit done. At least I'm not talking about building a liquid explosive farm constantly now. So now it's going to be up and running, and check it out tomorrow. And yeah, do just a bunch of warping around tomorrow, some exploration. I'm trying to visit more planets too, just to, now that pretty much all my bases are built now. I'm still thinking about doing a stasis device farm, so we'll see what happens. Gonna continue to harvest what I can. I still got a couple hours on those. Yeah, 45 more minutes. So I'll jump in tomorrow morning for a little bit, make sure I get stuff harvested. Gotta get all that burnt off too. I think that's probably gonna do it for me. I'm just watching the minutes tick away on the clock, and know that I gotta be up in what, 6 hours? So I am going to jump off. Alright, thanks guys for stopping in, I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Take care.